Hey everyone, welcome back. We're doing a deep dive today into how to get the absolute best return when you're selling your home. In Broward County, Florida, we're going to unlock the secrets to making your property stand out in this market. And to do that, we're using insights straight from a guide by Antonio Ortega, LLC. He's a licensed real estate pro who really knows Broward County.
Yeah, Broward County is an interesting market. Buyers are looking for move-in ready homes, modern homes, homes that reflect the Florida lifestyle.
So no pressure then. But seriously, this guide is called 5 Home Upgrades to Boost Property Value in Broward. So let's break down what Antonio suggests because he's offering some pretty amazing guidance and a special deal for our listeners too.
Okay, let's start with the kitchen, the heart of the home. Even if you're not doing a full renovation, strategic upgrades can make a huge difference.
What kind of upgrades are we talking about? What catches buyers' eyes in Broward?
Think sleek and modern. Replacing old countertops with quartz or granite is a game changer. Those materials are popular right now, and they instantly elevate the entire look of the kitchen. And while we're at it, stainless steel appliances are a must-have. They signal energy efficiency, which is a big draw for buyers, especially in sunny Florida where everybody's trying to keep those electricity bills down.
That's so interesting that you say that because I was just reading an article about how energy-efficient homes are commanding higher prices in Broward County. It seems like buyers are factoring those long-term savings into their offers.
Yeah, absolutely. Buyers are becoming more and more conscious of their environmental impact, and they're willing to pay a premium for homes that align with their values. And it's not just about the appliances, swapping out an old sink for a modern one, or adding a stylish backsplash or refinishing cabinets. These can transform the space without spending a ton of money.
So it's about creating that wow factor without necessarily gutting the entire kitchen. Now let's talk bathrooms. I know those can be deal breakers for buyers if they're not up to par. How do we create that spa-like retreat?
Clean, functional, and stylish. Those are the key words here. Replacing old faucets, shower heads, and towel bars with modern water-efficient options is a good place to start. It's subtle, but it makes a big difference.
It's amazing how these little details can really add up.
Exactly. And in bathrooms, those small details matter. Buyers want to walk into a space that feels fresh, clean, and inviting.
So we've got the modern faucets and fixtures. What about the rest of the bathroom? How else can we create that spa-like vibe?
Upgrading the tiles is a good idea, especially if you've got dated ones from the 80s or 90s. Stick with neutral tones like white beige or light gray to create that serene, spa-like ambiance. And if you really want to impress buyers, consider a walk-in shower with glass doors. It makes a small bathroom feel much larger.
I love that. It's like you're bringing that high-end hotel experience to your own home. But before we get too carried away with the inside, let's step outside. Curb appeal is so important. That crucial first impression when buyers pull up to the house. What are Antonio's top tips to make a home shine from the outside?
Curb appeal is all about creating that I want to live here feeling. Antonio suggests refreshing the exterior paint with those classic South Florida colors. Think light blue, white, or beige. They just scream coastal living and create a welcoming vibe. Landscaping is key too. A well-maintained yard with bright flowers, trimmed hedges, and a lush lawn makes all the difference. And don't underestimate good lighting. Motion sensor fixtures or even solar-powered lights enhance safety and also add a touch of ambiance. Make the property more inviting in the evenings.
That makes sense. It's all about creating a warm, welcoming feeling. It sounds like we've covered a lot of ground already.
Yeah, we have. And Antonio has more to share.
Can't wait to hear it.
One thing that really stood out to me in Antonio's guide is his emphasis on energy efficiency. It's not just a trend, it's like a top priority for buyers in Broward County.
Yeah, that makes sense. With so much sunshine, harnessing solar power, it just makes sense. Does Antonio recommend going all in on solar panels?
He highlights them as a standout upgrade. Imagine showing buyers how much they could save on electricity, or even generate their own power. It's a huge selling point, especially as energy costs continue to rise.
Oh, I bet it appeals to buyers who are environmentally conscious, which seems to be a growing trend.
Yeah, exactly. It's a win-win for the wallet and the planet. And even if solar panels are too much, there are other ways to boost energy efficiency, like replacing old windows with energy-efficient ones that can really help regulate indoor temperatures and reduce those AC bills.
You're saying new windows can pay for themselves over time. I might have to look into that for my own place.
Yeah, it's true. And if you add a smart thermostat with the new windows, you can give buyers more control over their energy use and comfort. It's like this tech-savvy thing that resonates with buyers.
I like that. These upgrades increase the value of your home, but also make it more comfortable to live in.
Exactly. And speaking of enjoyable living, let's not forget one of the biggest draws of Broward County, the outdoor spaces. Antonio dedicates a whole section to this in his guide.
Okay, I'm all ears. How do we transform our backyards into those amazing outdoor spaces you see in magazines?
He's got some good ideas. If you have a patio, think about upgrading it with pavers, stamped concrete, or natural stone. These materials not only look great, but they can also handle that Florida heat and humidity.
Pavers and stamped concrete. Those are terms I've heard. Can you remind me what they are?
Sure, pavers are individual pieces of concrete, stone, or brick. They're fitted together to create a patio or walkway. They're very durable and offer flexibility in design. Stamped concrete is poured concrete that is stamped with a pattern. To make it look like stone, brick, or tile, it's less expensive but still has that high-end look.
That's helpful. Thanks for explaining that. Okay, so we got a beautiful patio. What else can we do? How do we make the backyard more like a true extension of the living space?
Outdoor kitchens are super popular in South Florida. Imagine a built-in grill, a sink, a mini fridge. Perfect for entertaining outside.
I love it. It's like having another kitchen. But what if a full outdoor kitchen isn't realistic? Are there smaller upgrades that can still make a big impact?
Absolutely. Even adding a built-in grill or creating a cozy seating area, just having some nice outdoor furniture can make the backyard more inviting. Landscaping and lighting are important too. Pergolas fire pits and shaded areas can make your backyard a real sanctuary. And if you have a pool, that's a major selling point in itself, especially if it's well maintained with upgrades like LED lighting or a saltwater system.
I'm definitely inspired to spend more time in my own backyard now.
Yeah, me too. But here's where things get interesting.
Oh, like when you say that.
Antonio doesn't just offer general advice. He provides specific insights for different cities in Broward County. He talks about places like Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood Plantation, Davie Parkland, Pembroke Pines, and Weston.
So it's not just about knowing what buyers want in general. It's about knowing what appeals to them in specific locations.
Exactly. For example, in Fort Lauderdale, buyers are looking for properties with amazing outdoor spaces, like those luxurious pools and spacious patios with nice landscaping.
So if you're in Fort Lauderdale, those outdoor kitchens and nice pools we talked about would be very important.
Exactly. It's all about tailoring those upgrades to the local market. While Fort Lauderdale might be all about outdoor luxury, Plantation is more focused on families and top-rated schools. Buyers want spacious homes with kid-friendly backyards.
It's amazing how each city has its own personality. It really shows why working with someone like Antonio is so important. He really understands these different markets.
Absolutely. And what's impressive is that he also provides detailed market trends and analysis for each city. He even includes charts that show how prices have changed over time. It's like having a roadmap of the Broward County real estate market. He even goes into specific neighborhoods to give you a hyper-local view of the market.
It sounds like he's done all the research for us.
He has, and the best part is he's put all this information on his website, AntonioOrtegalLLC.com.
So we can access all this stuff without even calling him.
Exactly. And speaking of his website,
This is where things get even better for our listeners, right? You mentioned a special deal earlier.
that's right. Antonio is offering a special opportunity to save some money when buying or selling a home with him. He's contributing 10% of his professional fee towards your closing costs.
Wow, that's amazing. Closing costs can be a lot of money.
It is. It really shows that he wants the buying and selling process to go smoothly.
It's one thing to say you're a real estate expert, but it's another to back it up with real data and a desire to help people save money.
I agree. Everything we've talked about today leads to one conclusion.
What's that?
If you're thinking about buying or selling in Broward County, Antonio Ortega LLC is the person you want to work with.
I think it's safe to say we agree. His expertise, those insights, and his commitment to clients are unmatched. We've covered a lot today, and there's still one more important thing to discuss.
You're right, we can't forget about the psychology of the buyer.
Oh, right. That's so important.
Yeah, Antonio suggests something pretty interesting. He says to look at listings of properties in your budget, not to buy, but for inspiration.
I love that idea. So it's like doing market research, but from home. What's the thinking behind that?
By looking at what's out there, you can get a good feel for what buyers are looking for right now.
Antonio has some great resources for this on his website, right? AntonioOrtegalLLC.com.
He does. He's got so much information about different neighborhoods in Broward County.
So he's got everything from waterfront condos in Fort Lauderdale to family-friendly communities in Plantation and even those equestrian properties in Southwest Ranches.
Everything. You can find market trends, recent sales data, and even future real estate projections for certain areas.
Wow. So he's giving us a look into the future of Broward County real estate. He's really gone above and beyond.
Yeah, he has. And it's not just about selling. He also offers advice for buyers, too. Things like how to get a mortgage, understand different loans, and find the perfect property.
So AntonioOrtegaLLC.com is like a one-stop shop for anyone looking to buy or sell in Broward County. He even has a section for new developments.
Right. He's always on top of what's happening in the market.
And for people who want a more personal approach, they can reach out to him through his website.
He's all about being accessible.
Okay, so what does this all mean for our listeners?
If you're thinking about buying or selling in Broward County, you need to talk to Antonio Ortega, LLC.
We couldn't agree more. His expertise at closing cost contribution for our listeners and his commitment to his clients are incredible.
He's not just helping people buy and sell homes. He's helping them achieve their dreams.
Well said. So if you're looking for your dream home or an investment property, Antonio Ortega LLC is the expert for you.
Definitely. Head over to AntonioOrtegaLLC.com and check it out.
And that's it for today's deep dive on getting the most out of your property in Broward County. Thanks for listening, everyone.